We turn now to a company that's having a great day when it's plunging to new depths. Triton Submarines, the Florida company that built submersibles famous for exploring the Titanic's wreckage and the Mariana Trench, gaining two new owners, investors, who have recently purchased equity stakes. We're talking about hedge fund manager Ray Dalio and filmmaker James Cameron. The terms were not disclosed, but they come as the submaker pushes into the luxury market. Joining us now with more is Patrick Lahey. He's Triton Submarines co-founder and president, and an avid explorer himself. Patrick, thank you so much for being here. I have to say we're all pretty fascinated by the idea of sort of leisure submarines, but I know some of your business is also to the research community, for example. But what does this new investment mean for Triton?
Well, it's a great opportunity for three people who share a common passion for the ocean to collectively think about what we can do in the future to supercharge the efforts of the company. So our goal is to enhance our ability to explore the ocean, to learn about it, and then to document it so that we can share this information with the larger human family. I can't imagine two people better to assist me in that way than James Cameron and Ray Dalio. Both of them are passionate, ardent sort of ocean advocates. They're very accomplished in their own right. And as I say, they're kindred spirits. They're people who love the ocean as I do.
Patrick, if I was interested in buying, let's say, a base model of this, how much does this cost and how long does it take to build one of these?
Well, it's a great question. Our products, there's about 15 models that we have in our product range. They range from about $2.5 million all the way up to about $40 million. The majority of our models are located in the $4 to $7.5 million range. It takes us anywhere from 12 to 24 months to deliver a sub. We've delivered 25 subs to date, and we have 5 under construction. Right now, we're building about 5 to 6 a year, and we hope that by this time next year or the year after, we'll be building 10 to 12 subs per year.
Who is your ideal customer, and who, as you continue to build out the business even more so, would you like to see get attracted to Triton brand, but also the range of products that you're building and constructing too?
Well, I don't know if I have an ideal customer, but our customer base seems to be focused primarily on private yacht owners. So people who have a vessel that has the capacity to launch and recover and support a submersible, and an owner with enough interest to invest that amount of capital in a machine that allows them to explore the ocean. What's interesting is the subs, while they're used often for recreation, just to go down and explore and see a part of our world you simply couldn't visit any other way. Many of our customers, and Ray Dalio and OceanX are probably one of the best examples, become inspired by the things they see, and they recognize the potential that these vehicles have to excite other people, and that the subs can be fitted and equipped with tools and equipment that enhance their ability as an exploration tool, as a scientific tool, as a filmmaking platform, where you can go down and do legitimate science, and then you can film that and then share it with others, as Ray and OceanX have done so effectively in the last 12 years that we've been working together with him.
And Patrick, on that front as well, how much of your market is pure research? What percentage of your submarines go to research facilities and organizations?
Well, unfortunately, the research facilities and organizations simply don't have the financial wherewithal to buy subs. So what's happening instead, and this is really what we see as a really exciting trend, is yacht owners who are buying them are embracing the idea that they can be used as a bona fide scientific tool, and they're making them available to scientists and scientific organizations, and essentially funding science research and science expeditions, exploration initiatives, filming projects, and so on, because the science organizations themselves simply don't have the resources to acquire these vehicles or to support them.
That is pretty cool, though, that the owners are letting their vehicles be used for that. It's interesting as you talk, Patrick, because there's been such an upsurge in interest in the past few years in commercial space exploration, which is still in the nascent stages. And yet here you have something which is already available, right? And so I'm wondering how you think about the two together, right? Or how you do you think of this as sort of a competition for that, or in terms of your clients and what their interests are, and where are we in the sea exploration cycle versus the space exploration cycle?
Well, that's an excellent question, because it's something that's always baffled me, this fixation on space, rather than an interest in exploring the part of our world that we know so little about, which I think is far more interesting. And as Ray said, you're going to see fantastic things every time you get in a submersible and you go underwater. I don't think it's a competition so much as the things are really complementary. If you're, an adventurous person, an explorer at heart, the idea of going into space, you can imagine why that would be alluring. In fact, it's interesting, at our Christmas party on Friday, I was talking about the fact that we had not one, not two, but three of our clients that went into space this year. And why did they go into space? Well, one, because they can afford to, I suppose, but two, because these are people that are interested in exploration. They're curious. They want to learn more. And so the opportunity to go to space is kind of a natural extension of that. But so too is the idea of visiting the ocean, because, and I think this is one of the reasons our products resonate, in such a broad audience now, because people recognize that every time you get into a submersible and you make a dive and you go beyond the sort of typical diving limit of 30, 40, maybe 50 meters, you're likely seeing a part of our world that nobody has seen before. And that, I think, is pretty exciting. The chance to be a legitimate explorer, the chance to see something that maybe nobody has ever seen before. It's fantastic.
Patrick, I have two just quick questions for you. First is with regard to the number of different kind of apparatuses and submarines that you're looking to sell. When you think about this client base and how many of those you're anticipating to sell over the next few years, based on what you've already sold, what does that forecast look like?
Well, I think the forecast, it looks better than ever, because we have something like 800 yachts under construction. Mm-hmm. And although not all of those yacht owners are going to be, and that's just right now, but not all those yacht owners are going to be interested in having a submersible, it seems like more and more people are recognizing that a submersible enhances the ownership experience of a yacht by allowing you to, and by you, your guests, your friends, your family members, to visit an extraordinary part of our world and to see things that are memorable and that are going to have a huge impact. One of the things about a human occupied vehicle, and it's important to remember that the subs that we build, the craft that we manufacture, are human occupied vehicles, mm-hmm. also known as submersibles. There's something magical that happens when you dive in a sub. You go underwater and you see this part of our world that is so beautiful that you, in most cases, had no idea what it looked like. If you want to create advocacy, if you want to create excitement about the ocean, that's a great way to do it.
And then,
go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, no, we got to go, Patrick. But it's well documented that I have an aversion to the color yellow. So can you paint mine in a different color? Should I be able to purchase
Absolutely.
One?
We paint them all sorts of colors. We've delivered a sub that was Tiffany blue. We've got one in the shop right now that's silver. Another one that's completely black, non-skid. It's got a beautiful interior that's being made right now in France. So we're excited by the possibility that we can now build a pretty interesting assortment of vehicles that can carry larger and larger numbers of people that are capable of going much deeper. So we can go all the way from a single person vehicle to one that carries as many as 66, and from diving depths of 100 meters or 330 feet to 11,000 meters or 36,000 feet. That's full ocean depth. That's as deep as you can go in the ocean.
Patrick, it's great to have you on the show, and it's great to hear that you're amenable to the color. We appreciate the time here. Triton Submarines President Patrick Lahey joining us here today.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Really appreciate the opportunity to speak with you folks today.
Certainly. Happy holidays.